it's Tiff back again, and holy mother of pearl, I found the journal! Yay! So I've been looking for the Monday journal and I finally found it. So I'm so excited to be able to work in the journal that I actually created for this Monday video series. So, without further ado, all I'm doing is just taking random bits out of this little container that I have sitting on my new cleaned workstation, and so I'm gonna be using this randomly throughout videos and projects, just trying to use up some of the little small pieces. Man, can't you collect like a lot of small pieces? I can, and it's like, oh gosh, I cannot throw that one small piece of something away because I know that it's going to be the right piece for something one day. So I'm going to get started today, guys, and we're just going to put some clear gesso right down on this book. And if you're not sure how to alter a book, because guys, it's been a while, okay, this has been lost for a while, you can go back. I'm going to click a link, put a link in so you can actually go and check out that video where I actually made this. So I know that I've talked about it a little bit on Instagram and maybe briefly here on YouTube, and I've talked about creating rules for myself. So one of the rules that I had when doing this page is I wanted to use colors that I don't typically use. And Red Earth, the ink here that I'm using, is a ink that I don't even think I have ever even opened. The other thing is, I know I've referenced it a few times, is I purchased a whole lot from a girl who is no longer doing mixed media. She's doing watercolor, and so I have a lot of inks. I'm not sure if these inks were hers or if these inks were mine, but I don't think that I've ever really used them. And so these are lettuce. Spray was lettuce and butterscotch, and then the Red Earth ink. And then I just plopped down some alcohol, and as you see, it went everywhere. Oh, goodness, I'm a hot mess. Thank y'all for watching because I am a mess. Goodness, the crazy stuff happens, but I just say oops and roll with it, and I actually like it. You will not be able to see these layers, and we're going to talk about an epiphany. You see what I did there? I had a Tiffany epiphany in this video, and so I'll let you know when we get there. But one of the things that I'm doing, and I believe it would have worked, but this is super fine stencil that I was trying to use there, was I was trying to like pull it back a little bit and make just like random little spots, and then I decided to just go straight into that gesso and make some marks with just a cosmetic sponge and this stencil. And actually, I think now with my reference page, it doesn't look like I actually remembered that part, because it's not going to look like this when we get to the end. So part of the process, right? And that's one of the things that I love about mixed media is you just cover it up. You just keep layering and keep layering until it tells a story that you want to tell. And so I loved that piece of fabric. That's a piece of muslin, I think, that I used there, and kind of did spray inks and stuff on. So I had that little giblet. I know y'all love it when I call it that. A little giblet to the side there. And then I wanted to pull in some of that turquoise. And so I'm going to grab my dilutions in this Crafter's Workshop stencil, which is stencil 267S. Look at me. Aren't y'all impressed? I never remember that stuff. But now, because I've found my journal and I've actually done the reference on the other side, I didn't put every single thing down, but I did reference what the stencil was, which is one of my faves. It's a great stencil, and I don't typically use stencils like a whole stencil of it. I just use pieces and parts. because, well, you know how I roll, guys. Y'all already know how I do it. So I'm just going to try these inks and paints, and I'm kind of contemplating, and this is where I got stumped. And I feel like if I got stumped, that you guys feel stumped, okay? And so I wanted to share kind of where my mind was going at this moment. And I was not thinking about journaling in a sense of raw, what am I feeling, getting things out on the page. I was making this video for y'all and not for me. So if you are sitting in your studio and you are arting and you are journaling for viewers, for someone other than yourself, it didn't bring me joy. So I had to step back. I had to take a minute and say, Tiffany, are you trying to do this because you want it to be pretty, air quotes? Or do you journal because this is your therapy? This is your way to let loose. This is your way to find your way in the world. And the answer is yes. That is why I journal. To cut loose and to be free and to share my love and my voice with the world. And now I'm back, baby. And look at me. I'm getting down. I'm scribbling. I put that gesso on with my finger, and I was rocking it. I was not worried about what was my focal image was going to look like. Oh my gosh, what if nobody likes it? Oh, what if it's not good? I just told that inner critic to step back, heifer. I'm coming through. Tiffany is here, and we are about to do this. So I want to encourage y'all that if you start hearing that voice go like, oh, nobody's going to like it. Who cares if nobody likes it? No, who cares? Get dirty. Let loose. Get the scribbles. Do whatever makes you feel good, and that's all that matters. So that was my Tiffany epiphany that happened right here somewhere around 6 minutes, where I was trying to do it the right way, the pretty way, the way that it was going to. And then I took a break. I went in. I watched a show with my husband, and then I said, okay, I'm ready to go at it again. I am ready to let it all out, right? Give it all I got. And then I came back and I went with a vengeance, and it felt so much better than the pressure of trying to make something look good. So I hope if you don't take anything else out of this video, that I encourage you to do you, boo, and just have fun, explore, get messy, stick your fingers in the gesso jar, and let it all out. So now back to what I'm doing. As you can see, I have put scribbles, I have added ink, I have added gesso, I have just really gone wild and crazy, and now I'm feeling it. So one of the things in my major cleanup that I've done, and as you can see, I stapled those to a rusty piece of fabric and that other little teal piece. I stapled them all together, and then I had come across the Cosmo Cricket tiny text, and it was all about artist stuff, like that whole little thing. I think I got it in Tuesday morning, like way back in the day, and it just was what I needed. And it says, one must be brave to be an artist. And I really felt like that was very true. And so I'm grabbing here distress inks. I went from like 4 distress inks to like I have almost, I don't know how many colors there are, but I have a lot because I got that lot, and she had a ton of them. So I'm just going in here with the I think this is the Wild Honey or the Old Paper. I can't remember. And I'm just going to go, or maybe that was a different one. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to grab those, and just that quote, that saying, one must be brave to be an artist, it was just way too stark white for this page and for what I was feeling, because I was feeling kind of let it get dirty and messy and grungy and that kind of thing. So I wanted to kind of make sure that I didn't have a stark white, quote unquote, perfect little saying that was up there. So that's why I did that. And so then I went to stick it down, and I think at some point, okay, here's where I grabbed the crackle paste because I just didn't feel like it was just quite there yet. Is it pretty? Absolutely. I really like how it turned out. But I just felt like it needed a little something. You know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever you go and you look at your page and like, I'm not sure, but I just feel like it needs something. And I have not used Crackle in like 2 videos. Aren't y'all proud of me? I'm doing better. No, I love Deco Arts Crackle Paste. I never have a problem with it cracking. Just remember, if you try it, dry it naturally. Without your heat gun. And what I'm showing you here is how the Distress and those Adirondack water activated inks, look at how they seeped into the gesso and just made that variety, not gesso, crackle paste, and just made that variety of color. Ah, swoon, I'm in love. Yay! Oh, goodness, I can't believe y'all actually watch me every week. Oh gosh, now the dogs are all up in a roar. So, as you see here, I'm going in with another, shh, we're on TV, guys. I'm going in here with another ink, and I think this is the Wild Honey because it has that real goldeny color, and I'm just kind of adding, and here in the South, it's not very fallish, but I feel like this page is kind of fallish and not colors that I usually use. Penelope Jane Smith, you hush. Do y'all talk to your dog like that? Oh, maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, I probably am crazy. And I'm just moving the Distress ink around just like you would with like watercolors in a wet brush. And then I'm going to go in and I'm just going to heat it up a little bit, dry it off good. And guys, this is I get people asking me what am I using to dry it. This is just one that I've had forever for Michael's, but it's a craft gun or an embossing gun. You could use a blow dryer. And I'm just adding some graphite splatters because, well, I just like them. That's all. And yep, I just used my shirt to wipe off the extra puddle of water there. All of my clothes have paint on them, so it'll be all right. And then I'm ready to add my little saying here. So I'm gonna use my Deco Arts, no, maybe it's not. Maybe that was Liquitex Gel Medium. And something a little bit more heavy duty than the glue stick would be. And I'm just going to go in and stick it down. And I'm going to pretend like it's over, guys, but it's really not because I forgot to use my reference page. And remember, the left side of the page is where we're going to reference what materials we use. So go ahead, hang around. I'm going to show you how I do that. And then I will put some pictures at the end of what our last project was. So I had this little scrap piece of paper. This kind of like a craft color. And so I'm just going to glue it down with the Oohoo glue stick, which is my preferred adhesive for most situations. It's great for humid climates like I live in. And I'm just going in with my beloved masking tape. I have so many rolls of masking tape. Oh, Lord. And then I'm just going to take my mechanical pencil here, the one that has lead, and I'm going to write down exactly what it is with a little pop. Most of I don't think I did it with the spray inks because the top wasn't actually, you know what I mean, like the cap wasn't completely, yeah, anyway, moving on. And then I used the Dilutions linen spray. I'm going to reference the crackle paste. But it's a really great way that if I want to go back and recreate a page or do something on a canvas or want to know, we've all looked through our journals before and gone like, what's that? Man, I sure wish I could use that again. I really like that color. And then you have no clue. And if you have as many paints as I do, well, bless your heart, honey. You will be in there forever looking for it. So it's just a great way to reference it so you can go back and use those colors again. And I'm just using the little sponge part to kind of sponge down some of the samples to the side. That's not necessary. Like, you don't have to necessarily do that, but it is a great way to reference. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited we get to use this altered book again. Don't forget to go follow me on Instagram, give me the thumbs up, click the subscribe button. You know, all those shenanigans that we do every week. I really appreciate all your comments, and I hope that you will come back and see me next Monday, and maybe, just maybe, I'll have a video between here and there. So thanks. Until next time, guys. Toodaloo.